So you turn on Fox in the morning, and we are saddled with the diatribe of libtard Chris Wallace. Why he's on Fox News, I can't understand it. He is a liberal like his father. He is the ultimate libtard sheep in conservative clothing. But he knows how to get paid like his father. So this scumbag this morning, Chrissy, little Chrissy Wallace, we kill this al-Baghdadi peckerhead ISIS scumbag right here. And what's Chris Wallace worried about all morning? You didn't tell Nancy Pelosi? The president didn't inform Nancy Pelosi while he did this? Could you imagine, with all the diabolical bullshit that the libtard left has tried to do to our president with their deep state bosses? If President Trump goes to the men's room, it's a double leak, if you get my drift. And on something as secretive as killing this animal, he should tell Nancy Pelosi or any other scumbag lefty. Well, I got news for you, Chrissy. The bounce back is coming. And when it comes, it's going to be biblical. And you and your left-wing apparatus will have no one to blame finally but yourselves. I'm telling you, the roundup's coming. Michael Savage warned about this, that the crazier the left gets, the worse the right-wing response is going to be. We are beyond pissed off, okay? And it is coming like an absolute nuclear bomb. These lefty freaks and these deep state entrepreneurial dirtbags that thought they had the birthright to run this country, like the nobles of medieval England, who were everything but noble, inflicting taxes on the peasantry of England indiscriminately without any written laws or right of redress, and they were titled villeins. That's where the word villainy comes from. And what it proves, whether you go back to ancient Greece, Rome, Egypt, once there's an entitled class of patricians, and they start throwing around the adjectives hero, like they're so effing indispensable, instead of the totally replaceable, insignificant little cogs that they are. This is what you get. And can you imagine the temerity of people in the FBI or the CIA after their absolute total failure on 9/11? And it wasn't just 9/11, it was the Cold Towers. I mean, it was the bombing of 93 at the Trade Center. You could go back, okay? What they did at Waco, that was our boys, the collection agents for the IRS, the ATF. Well, they weren't in Waco for alcohol, and they weren't there for tobacco, and I goddamn guarantee you they weren't there, okay, for guns. That was their cover story. They were there because a white Christian male had the temerity to stand up, like a Muslim does, or a Hasidic Jew does, and say, we are exempt of federal taxes, like those other religions of choice. In New York, Hasidim not only do they not pay taxes, they don't pay school and property tax, and they're buying up the lower quarter of New York State and a good portion of upper New Jersey. They've driven down the prices of real estate in whole communities and chased the Christian people and the secular Jews right out of town. Because if you're a secular Jew, you're going to pay out the nose, just like a secular Christian. If you're a Catholic, you will pay property and school tax, and you will pay for your kids' private education. The Hasidim pay for neither. And they demand that public school buses chariot ride their children to their shuls. This is the hypocrisy that America has become under the libtard left. One nation under God. Really? Go tell me Texas and New York is the same nation. We got to round these lefties up, because what they've done to this nation, how they've damaged the efficacy, how they've compromised the legal system whimsically to fit whatever they want to do that day. It's Sunday, so you could be any gender of the week. You know, Monday, just call yourself the Easter Bunny, because Nancy Pelosi said so. And these sycophant lefties that infiltrate Fox News, Chris Wallace, the interloper, like Sheppy, give him a flute shepherd, if you get my drift. You know, little windy employment Sheppy, who left Fox finally because his ratings tanked. Listen, people, stop watching Fox News. If it's not a conservative, don't watch. Because I don't want to hear Juan Williams. I know what he's going to say before he opens his stupid mouth. I don't want to hear Chris Wallace. I know what that jackass is going to say before he opens his mouth. I want to hear objective sanity. I don't want to hear lefties or rabbit hole righty rhinos trying to take us down the rabbit hole of the left-wing political agenda. I'm totally disinterested. Okay? That's not me wanting to live in an echo chamber. I want sanity. And when these scumbags on the left started calling for impeachment before Trump took office, on record, how many more conspiracy plots can they contrive that anybody with a sane mind would just say, hey, do me a favor, shut the F up and get lost. I don't want to hear your stupidity. Because that's what it is at this point. It's gone completely past absurdity and stupidity. It's beyond insanity. And we, as Christian conservative Americans, we don't want to hear it. So get lost, Chris Wallace.